Greetings, and welcome to I Am Powered by Love TV. And happy birthday to all you Sagittarius out there. I'm Demi, and this is going to be a super reading. We are going to be doing this in two parts. First part is going to be from the energies of December 14th through the 31st. And to all the beautiful humans who are tuning in for the very first time, this is your Soul Scopes. This is your Akashic Record channeled message from your soul books and your Zodiac by Decan. So we're going to get started. We're going to jump right in here. And so if this resonates with you, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This is your Soulmate Soul Scopes. And we have a lot of influences moving through everybody's chart right now. We got some supersonic energies. We're releasing this because of the new moon eclipse. New moons are a great way to start your rituals off. And Sag, I'm hearing right away that you two are being gripped by love. Love is become the forerunning thought in your mind. Love and relationships, how to make it work. Will it work? Will I find someone? And can I take my love to the next level? Seems to be a huge theme for all Sagittarius right now. And it's an uncomfortable position for you to be in. And you like to be in the upper hand of the emotional pull in the relationship. And whatever pops out comes to show out. So that was the first card. You saw a fall. This is uncomfortable. You don't know what to do. And so you are afraid of whether or not this person is even available emotionally, because typically you are not. You take detachment to a whole nother level. So we're looking at the first card here, which is isolation. Okay, so this is where the healing begins. And part of the healing is clarity of belief. What do you believe true to in regards to the relationships? So you are looking at how you once believed, which is why this fear has overtaken you, because you are starting to feel more feelings in regards to, especially those who are single and dating, and you are being gripped by this new wave of love and emotional flow. And it's like welling up inside of you. And you are looking for more emotional connection with your partner. And so this has you feeling fearful and in conflict. So there is some pushback here. And so it's got you isolated. And that pullback is because you're not really comfortable with sharing emotions. And they're saying that part of this is because this is how you keep yourself safe. And you are going to have to heal these beliefs. And you already are becoming aware of this knowledge. You know that this is belief born. A lot of these beliefs are deeply ingrained because this goes back to a parental time period where your mother and father, their relationship didn't work. And actually there was a lot of trauma inside of this. And then you just watched on the sidelines as others' relationships didn't add up to the percentage of love. And so you just don't see it in the world and around you. And they're wanting you to clarify the beliefs. These old fears that you have been holding on to are keeping you from the fullest transformational ability to take your relationship to the next level. And actually, whole deck of cards just flipped out there. Gonna see what those are about. They are definitely wanting much attention. Abracadabra. Cards appear. All right, so they say that you know. We have the crown chakra here, or maybe you are just now becoming aware. This awareness is coming in dreams and in visions, and these acknowledgments of how it's not working and what you would do different. They say here by the show of cards, look, wow, all three cards that you need right there. What do you need to release? Adjustments are required. And that it's time to take action. So now is when the healing begins. You are already in a healing cycle. You are taking a look at the beliefs that no longer serve you. You no longer have a need for the protection that you once needed in life to keep yourself safe from being hurt. And not only that, but you see how many different partnerships and the stagnation of the one relationship that you were in, that you're trying to quantify whether or not they love you. You want them to show you love, and they everybody's heard of Jerry Maguire movie, and if not, Cuba Gooding Jr. says, show me the money, show me the love. You are going to have to put your cards on the table. You are going to have to go all in at this point, because this is the place where you are meeting your fear. It has nothing to do with your partner at this point. Do you want to, A, salvage the relationship, B, grow into a place where healthy, loving, tenderness, and compassionate, kind communications set the energy and the tone for the relationship? Or do you stay in the position where you are, withholding in fear that love may never work for you? So we are going to look at the energies and the guides that are with you. And this is the Keepers of the Light cards. Because you want to know, do they love you? And the question is, do you love them? And what kind of love do you want, is what I hear back. Then we always want to know what the other person is up to. But we never want to let go and heal our part of the story to make the relationship work in the first place. And your soul books, your Akashic Records, are filled with the parts where you have to grow, where you have to come into your soul's representation as yourself. And when we walk in this space, we walk in the freeness of clarity and creativity. One of my coaching programs, we get to that point of creating, connecting, and communicating. It's funny because it starts off with dreams, desires, and what you deserve, and then it moves into clarity. Man, that was right on point. I promise you, the guys don't even play. So this is Paul, the Venetian, and they're talking about this knowing, this energy, and this awareness that's coming to you, and you being able to better perceive this information that you are hearing now. You've already been hearing it, and they are now standing on that because you are experiencing the grace here of this wave of insight, this inner knowingness that is saying that it's safe now for you to make these changes. So whether or not your current partner loves you, this is about you letting go of the parts of relationship styles and the way you think they should be, or the way that you've always just perceived them as. It's time for you to shift that, because a new awareness is coming to you now, that it's time to let it go so that you can open up your arms and then grab onto new loving energies for yourself. And they're coming to you now. So they are confirming that this is correct. And whether or not they love you, well, you have to stay tuned, my dear, for the 2021 predictions. This is part 2 of the Sagittarius December 3's reading. So I'm Demi, and I'll see you in just a moment. All right, greeting all my Sag December 3's. We are going into your 2021 predictions. So we already know that it's your time to be bold, make a move, do something new, change it up. But not only that, this new moon solar eclipse has got the intention building energies in it that are going to carry us into, at least, we know for a fact, the first 6 months. So where you are right now, this is the time to begin renewing, revising, and clarifying those beliefs so that we can change the energy moving into the new year. So let's take a look at stop number 1. Now, 2021 has got some very specific resonance about it. The first part is our part. And this is the harmonic flow of consciousness, becoming aware. This is a harmonic flow. You are already in that flow of becoming aware. The second part is the dynamic abundance. The dynamic affluence of abundance overtaking us. The second part of that is going to be the force of change through revolution. So, we don't want to be on the counter aspect, the counterpart aspect of that. We don't want to be pushed into our life through the force of change. Okay, we want to stay in the harmonic flow. We want to keep growing. This is going to be your soul's growth theme. Now, again, this is a channeled Akashic record reading. So this is a lot different, and this is based on your December 3 Sagittarius. Your theme is honesty. Being able to speak from within the truth. And not the truth of the perceived world around you, your truth, which is why it's going to be very important for you to clarify at this time. And it's not about what others expect from you. This is also a big part of the theme here, is because you have some perceptions about relationships that are no longer working. So now let's look at your gifts, your talent, your skill that's going to help you, and some of you already have this they're saying that you have this air of I don't care, nonchalantly. And you say you don't care what others think about you, but you are deeply withholding. You, I'm going to say this how we would say it in ATL. You fakes the funk. You like it to look good on the outside, like you got it all under control. But you are going to need to, if with no one else, you must be honest with self. I'm going to pull that card because it popped on my thumb. And whatever pops out comes to show out. So we're going to stop right there. This is your gift. They were talking about the harmonic flow, creating clarity, healing begins. You are going to have to look into the higher self now. This is your soul's ability. You can look out into the etheric realms and the deeper realms, going into the deep, the mystic, the metaphysical, the esoteric. You have a deeper connection and a call on your life, a purpose. And your soul is about to bring that forward. So part of this is stepping out of a role, not just in the love sector, but who you say you are in life. They're wanting you to move to the deeper connection in the divine, and that's what I call it. Spiritual is one way of looking at that. Enlightened is the other way that I look at that. So the divine, the enlightenment, moving into the higher consciousness, leaving behind those old ways of self. What are you healing through the year? This is your soul duty calling right now. It's so funny because I just changed the style of this reading on your reading. And they are saying that you are faking the fun. You have tried to assimilate all your life, hiding who you truly are. They say that some of you have even given up on the dream. We're going to stop right there because that is the card. This is creating life, the flow of life. We just talked about it. They just said it. That some of you have given up on the dream, your purpose, your calling, what you're here to do. So this is going to be a part of that divine harmonic flow of consciousness. You're going to become more and more drawn to the parts of you that are here to serve. And we're not talking about being a healer. If you don't want to be a Reiki master like me or a spiritual life coach like myself, that's fine. If you don't want to channel or do readings, that's fine. You don't have to do any of those things. But who are you meant to be? You have left that dream behind, and they're wanting now for you to come to that creative space again. Maybe there was a book, a movie, a script. Maybe you're a photographer. Maybe there's something else that you're supposed to be doing and creating. So they are about to start shifting that for you. And let's take a look. They are saying that the first half of the year is going to be a coasting. This is going to be a coasting of financial stability. You're not going to see too many disruptions. What is going to be disruptive, however, is your hunger for more life and your part of it. And that you are going to grow discontented. That your superiors are going to want more from you. That you are going to have more stress, more workload, more demands. And this is going to become the stressor. You are going to look for breaks and moments to relax and try to get away. However, there's going to be restrictions on travel and your ability to be mobile. And this is going to be uncomfortable. You are going to feel like you are trapped. And so this is where you are going to have to find that honesty of what it is that you really want in life. That clarity of belief that we just talked about in the first part of this reading. And you are going to have to look to the source creator. Yes. You were going to have to step out of. And so here we have that lack consciousness. You are going to want more from life. You are not going to be fulfilled and have satisfaction. And the demands of life and the way that it comes is going to feel like there's never enough time for you, and that your worth is not being honored, valued, or upheld in your places of work and in your career field. Again, they're going back to the creative. There's something there that brings you peace and joy. That fulfillment of being you is represented. And you are going to have to take steps towards that in your intentions. So they already said, even in the relationship part of the soulmates, this part of clarifying and healing has begun. That energy is already there now, and you are going to start experiencing what, without making those steps. If you just choose to take the steps now, show me how to take the steps towards what it is I deeply desire and deserve. What is my role? How do I serve humanity at this time? This is what you're going to be looking at over the next 6 months. Will you maintain a financial flow in life? They say yes to this. We're also going to look at your soul. What are you working through? Ask me to grab another deck here. I'm going to read from the Moonology deck. Okay. What are the fears that you are working through? Because some of you have gotten to stability. You own homes and cars, and you have obligations and debts. And if you stay in the flow of life where you are, and seek to grow a space that will still sustain you, you are going to have to rely on a creative flow with the Creator through intentions and manifestations. I love these cards for you. The first one is that it's time to give rather than receive. It is time to actually give of self. We're talking about self-service, that purpose, but not only in that purpose, but also to be able to put all the cards on the table and call love in. Call in manifestations, but you've got to risk it all here. They're bringing up communication again. And there it is, honesty. This is going to take some work on your behalf to really determine what it is that you want. Because some of these systems that you are relying upon are no longer going to be effective. And they've already said that the job, the career, is going to be tantamount of control. It's going to feel like drudgery. And it's going to be relentless. And they're going to be undermining. And there's going to be a lot of changes also within the workforce, too, that are going to bring this about. And they do say that prosperity lies ahead. But you are going to have to rely on the creative forces within you, stirring up that passion, that creative flow, and finding the will to take steps, taking the steps towards it. And so love, romance, where are we at? We know that it's the year of harmonic flow of consciousness and dynamic abundance. So let's see where on the spectrum you fall, and let's take a look at relationships. Oh, there's one. Which one is it? Is it the money card or the love card? I'm hearing it's money. All right. Yep, it is definitely money. You are going to have to let go of these old belief systems. You cannot hold on to the past at this point. You are going to have to step into the new version, U 2.0 or 4.0, depending on where you are and what you've been hearing. Actually, we're moving beyond 5D at a supersonic rate now. So 4.0, let that be you. You've got the abundance card in spades. So we already know that in the career. So we're going to say that this is abundance and love. And so you've already hit the jackpot twice. So the lottery is yours to win in 2021. Can you cash in? I'm Jameen. I want to thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. If you've watched these all the way through, please drop your zodiac emoji in the to let everybody know that you watched all the way through. And I'm Demi. I'm going to see you. Don't forget to hit the notification so you can get all your future soul scopes, as well as your elements of love and your soul messages and any pick a card readings, just for subscribing. And I want to thank you, and I will see you in the new year right here at I Am Powered by Love TV.